approach the end of my tale, Tommy. The forces unleashed had already done untold damage to the environment. The nations these creatures were designed to protect were largely gone, by their hand or others. Our chance for safety and recovery was growing very slim. Very slim indeed. Krishna in the west and Maitreya in the east. Jerry Craven incoming from across the ocean. Dagel still the wild card. And our own Morrigan Lugas trying to make contact with one of them, or all of them, through esoteric biochemical means. Have you been in touch with anyone in Australia? It just occurred to me. I know a lot of their towns are coastal, but it's still a long way away. Maybe... Oh, really? Seems to me that cyanide pills or police execution isn't really a situation rich with options. Ah, well. Serves them right for making home and away unto the apocalypse. You know what really surprised me in all this? That the Japanese didn't have some giant nuclear god Jesus death robot up their sleeves. Right up until the end, I really did kind of hope something like that would show up. Still, that's not what you want to hear. Because I'm guessing, Tommy, that a little bird told you we got audio from the theater of conflict. Somehow, Morrigan Lugas began receiving sound from the Indian epicenter. Its mouths became speakers. The rare occasions of speech were even translated. Recorders were mounted, audio was digitally streamed to computers, and I tapped those streams remotely. I also had access to the various satellite techs still operating. We knew Maitreya was building. We also knew Krishna had to be unaware of it. We also reasoned that Maitreya was likely to make its move before Jerry Craven was deployed. We should have realized at this late juncture that neither our knowledge nor our reason had any relevance to the situation. It was out of our hands. Satellite spectrography confirmed that Krishna's new structures were pumping oxygen into the air and eating pollutants. The Ganges and the Yamuna fairly glittered. Glaciers on the Indian side of the Himalayas ceased their retreat. And it was becoming clear that the surviving populace were being, after a fashion, looked after. Early analysis tended toward the interim conclusion that Krishna had intended to only reduce, not obliterate the population, and that India was nothing without her people. At the same time, China had become very quiet. Possibly Maitreya had assembled part of the thing under cover somehow, we still don't know. At some point, faced with some things, questions stop mattering. No one ever could come up with an estimate for the number of people interpolated into the thing. That didn't make them cry or throw up. And then we knew who the new ruler of the world was.
My name is Jerry. I came from heaven. I don't deserve to be in heaven, for so many reasons. This place you made, it's like heaven on earth. Or like it could be when it's finished. I could convince myself that I could deserve to live here. I'd love to. I'm supposed to kill you, but I can't see how you've done anything wrong, and I don't want to live in heaven anymore.
Krishna is all silence with the eternal lively potential in it. And this is life.
You took a man, turned him into a Superman, and used him as a vengeful god of war, Tommy. I find it oddly comforting that in the end, it turned out that he always knew he was just a man.
Hello. I can see all possible futures from this point. And I have to say, all but one are so boring that I cannot stand to live through them.
I don't know what kind of power source ran Dagel, but it certainly made an impression when he popped it. Well, that was it for China, Russia, most of Europe, really. More than 1 billion dead. All kinds of muck and shit in the atmosphere. Environment utterly buggered. And then finally, things got as worse as they could. I told you, mushrooms grow on dead things. And we let Morrigan Lucas spoil it unfettered. A supermassive mycelial network, mushroom mesh, a microcomputer growing on a continent of corpses. We gave Morrigan Lucas the world. And that, Tommy, is pretty much all I have to say. I do hope that it all recorded nicely for your digital stores down there in that doomsday bunker. I also hope you have an infinite supply of antifungal spray. Me? No, don't worry about me, Tommy. Everyone here in Britain will be dead soon, one way or the other. Morrigan Lucas will probably watch the last 2 people in the country strangle each other to death over a can of mushy peas, because that's just the way we are. And I think it stopped amusing Morrigan Lucas long ago. I do have a theory, though. I suspect that something of us is retained when it invades our corpses and uses us as a substrate to grow more of itself on. I do honestly believe that something of those 3 astronauts we shot out into the heavens remains in Morrigan Lucas. Somewhere in there are 3 humans whom we sought to turn into weaponized gods. And they finally got to smite us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I feel like a swim. And to go to meet my God.